So go ahead and send text messages to your teammates, your downline, your upline, your sidelines, your I don't know, front lines, all the lines. Send those messages. Just sometimes people just need a reminder. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone so we cut down on the background noise, but of course, speakers, make sure you unmute before you talk. But welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited about this call tonight. We are, of course, going to announce our winners for the week in our contest. And we also have our very own, drum roll please, Julie King, Emerald Ambassador, here to talk to us tonight. Super, super excited about this. It's really fun when, you see other people really jump forward and take the leap and want to do something like this. So Julie, I'm excited. I got my pen and paper ready. I'm pumped. How are you guys loving the gift sets? Who has bought gift sets? I think Lynn Scarborough bought all of them. Who has bought a gift set? Are you loving it? Are you recommending them to your friends, right? You can buy them for Christmas presents. Why not? Gift sets. Who's excited about Black Friday? Trust me, if you knew what was coming, you would definitely be doing a happy dance. It is exciting, limited time offer, and you are going to absolutely love it. Let me go ahead and get us started with a word of prayer, and then I'm going to turn this over to Sunday tonight. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this evening. Thank you for this time to come together as a team to focus on Plexus and to focus on you, Lord. I pray that you will just be with us tonight. Lord, thank you for Julie and for her willingness to share. And Lord, I just thank you for everything that you're doing in our lives. Lord, I know that there are people on here that have some very, very heavy, hard, deep prayer requests. And Lord, we are asking that you heal hearts and you give us a new refreshing of you, Lord. God, we love you. We pray all these things in your name. Amen. Miss Sunday Anderson, take it away.
Thank you, Miss Amber. I am so excited to do this. I have been wanting to do this for a long time, y'all, where we get to interview one of our leaders on our team. And I've been trying to think all week of a fun way to call it, whether it be, leader in the spotlight or, I was joking around with my husband saying that it was going to be like coffee talk and from the old Saturday Night Live, where you just sit and you talk and everything. So I wanted to share with y'all that I'm excited about this. And I'm so glad that Julie King is first. And I want y'all to take away from some of this. Okay. I want y'all to take away that she is just like all of us, y'all. We're all, even though she is a jewel with Plexus, she's just like us, and she has had her own things that she's had to do at making her way to Jewel. So I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to put yourself in that position, and what can you take away from this, and what can you learn from her story? I'm so excited to hear Julie talk. Okay, so Julie, we are going to do this like an interview, y'all. So let me get started. Julie is going to tell us real quick, a quick bio. Now, Julie, I did send you some questions, so try to stay away at first from those questions because I might have to keep coming back to them. But just real quick, maybe your name, your rank, where you live, kind of real quick that, and then we're going to jump into some of the questions.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me be the first. And I have been with Plexus since 2015, and I live with my husband and 2 kids in Lynchburg, Virginia. I grew up in North Carolina, in a little town called China Grove, and there's probably several people on here who still have the China Grove address, and so you can see where my accent comes from. It's not quite as strong as it used to be, but I used to be really embarrassed when people would ask me about my accent, but now I've just embraced it, and I'm thankful that, I stand out.
Awesome. Okay, so first off, we're going to ask Julie. Like I said, I've got some questions. Julie's had a heads up on some of these questions, so she can have her answers ready. Julie, did you go to college? And if you did, what was your major?
I did go to college. I went to a community college back home for cosmetology. I had my cosmetology license, but I never worked in a salon. I went from college to working in a doctor's office as like a doctor's assistant kind of thing, where I did like vitals and that kind of thing. And then not long after we were married, we moved to Virginia. So my North Carolina cosmetology license weren't very valuable in Virginia. So I have a degree, or I guess like a certificate in cosmetology, but I've never used it.
Okay, I did not know that about you. That is way interesting. So, growing with your kids, did you cut their hair? Did like, when they were little and stuff? Is that what they?
I did cut their hair sometimes, but it got to be more stressful for me and sometimes them. So once they got a little older, they had to go have somebody else do it.
I don't blame you. Okay, so next question. Where did you meet your spouse, and how long did you date, and how long have you been married?
Well, this is a fun story, and I always like sharing it. We actually met on a blind date. We had a mutual friend, a lady that my mom had worked with for years, went to Eric Stadd's church, and Eric had just broke up from a long-term relationship. I had just broke up from a long-term relationship. And so our first date was in December of 1994, and we were married in May of 1995, 6 months later.
Wow.
And we've been married for over 27 years.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yep.
I didn't know that either. Julie, you are full of surprises tonight. Okay, so do you have kids, and what are their ages? We already discussed you have kids. So how many kids you have, and what are their ages?
I have 2 kids. I have a son who is 22, and he just finished his aviation maintenance degree at Liberty. He's working on taking all of his FAA tests now so that he can move forward and find a job. And my daughter, Emily, she is 19. She is in dental assisting school and will graduate in the end of December, and plans to move back home and hopefully get a job at our dentist office. Our dentist has almost promised her a job already. So she's looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I love it. Your kids are very career oriented. They have their like what they want to do, and instead of like, I don't know. I love that they know.
Well,
what they
it
wanna
wasn't,
do.
it took them a while, but once they figured it out, they've been on track. So
Okay, so you discussed you live in Virginia. How long have you lived in that state?
we moved to Virginia in 1998, and my husband is a police officer. For those that don't know that, he works for Virginia State Police, and he will have 25 years of service in December. So when he first was finished with the police academy, our first assignment was in the coal fields of Virginia, and the boondocks, really. And I had never lived more than a mile from any of my family. So that was quite an adjustment. And then we moved to Christiansburg, Virginia, which is considered like, they call it the New River Valley. And I worked at Virginia Tech for quite a few years. And then we've been in Lynchburg now for going on 10 years, which is crazy.
Wow.
And I worked at Liberty for about 8 years, and just recently left that job Janice representing. I got to see her yesterday, which was so awesome. But yeah, we've been in Virginia for 25 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay, so who is your sponsor? How do you know her, and for how long?
Well, Vicki Helbert, who is my best friend, is my sponsor. And the best thing about moving to the coal fields of Virginia are the Helberts. We met in, I don't even know, 1998 or 99. I'm not really sure. And we were instant friends and quickly became family. And so I guess I've known her for close to 20 some years now, which that seems hard to believe. We've been through, we were pregnant, both pregnant at the same time. Vicky with her second, me with my first. We've walked some mountaintops and some valleys together, and just getting to do this with your best friend is such a gift. We were just talking about that today, how, we're just so thankful we get to do this together.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that we all get to do this with our friends and family, and I love that. How did you first hear about Plexus? Was it a post on social media? Did Vicky actually call you up and be like, okay, let me tell you about Plexus? Did she text you? What was the first time you ever heard the word Plexus?
I can't remember if Vicky posted or if she told me over the phone. But obviously she was the first person that I heard about Plexus from. And I can't remember if this is going to be one of the questions down the road, but I actually tried Plexus in 2014 for about 30 days and quit when I didn't lose 20 pounds in the first month. And then a year later, Vicky kidnapped me, her and Randa and two other ambassadors. They came through Lynchburg on their way to Super Saturday in Williamsburg. And they were like, why don't you just go with us? It'll be fun. It'll be an overnight girls trip. And so I was all for that. And at that time, that was just when the triplex was coming out. Like, they were talking about the triplex at Super Saturday. I was not really paying that much attention to it because I really wasn't that interested. Remember, I tried and, I didn't lose 20 pounds in 30 days. And so I wasn't sure that, I didn't really have any desire to try it again. But it was after that, I was starting to pay a little bit more attention, and Jana, I think, had posted like a weight loss picture, and Vicky had shared it on Facebook, and that really got my attention because here I was a year later after quitting, and I was still miserable. I was having some significant health issues, and I needed to lose weight. So between Vicky and Jana's post, I decided to jump back in with the triplex.
That is awesome. Okay, that was my next question, is what caught your eye? So we know that it was Jana's post that Vicky shared.
Yes,
Y'all
it
keep
was
sharing.
Jana.
Keep sharing on social media. From the first time, let's see, you heard about Plexus, how long do you think it took you from the first time that Vicky told you to when you actually, did you say how long that was?
I can't remember how long that was, but I do remember the first question I asked her was, how much caffeine does it have in it? And she was like, oh, it don't have caffeine. And I was like, really? And so it wasn't long after that I did order. I ordered just the Slim the first time that I tried the products.
Okay. Let's see. That was one of my questions. Let's see. What was the first purchase? Was the Slim. What was the first extra purchase? So like if you're ordering the Slim and you put that on auto ship, what was the first product that you bought that was just like, oh, I think I'm gonna try this one without, like, all on your own?
Right. Well, the second time that I started the products, I started with the triplex, and I was very consistent with that. And then Mega X came out. And when Mega X came out, I added that onto my subscription. I was really wanting the Mega X to see if it would help my husband with his triglycerides.
Let's see here. You've already answered this question too. Have you always been consistent with your products?
I am very, very consistent. And that before Plexus, that was not like my personality at all. Like I struggled with being consistent with things like that. I I had done some other things and I never was consistent. But honestly, and this is what I tell a lot of people, they're like, oh, I can't remember to take my products. Well, for me, it was easy for me to be consistent because I was feeling so much better. Like I did not want to quit taking my products. I wanted to make sure I was not missing a dose or missing a drink, because it was making that much difference for how I felt.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't miss a day. So what was the first thing you noticed? So you're taking Slim in order, because everybody's different and everybody experiences different things. Do you remember what was the first thing you actually noticed health-wise that you were like, hey, I think these products actually work?
Yes. Once I started on the triplex, I mean, it was within like just 14 days, my stomach had like, it was almost like it deflated. I noticed I was not bloated. I was going to the bathroom regularly, and just those two things alone, that's what kept me here. And it's been almost going on 8 years now.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk a little work-wise, business-wise.
Mhm.
Okay, so exactly when did you join again? Month and year?
I joined in March 2015.
Okay, so when you decided to join, did you jump in business-wise, like let's run with the business, or did you like wait a while, like just I always want to be a customer for a while? When did it like, I think I want to do this as a business, or that I want to maybe earn enough money to cover the cost of my products?
Well, I didn't want to do the business, and but I wanted the wholesale price, so I joined as an ambassador. But I told Vicky, I'm like, I really don't, I'm not interested in the business. I just don't have time for that. And within 14 days, I sent her a picture and she was like, oh my goodness. And she encouraged me to share that, and I did. And it's just like, that's, as they say, that's how it all started, was just with that one post.
Y'all, time out real quick. Y'all pay attention to that. Jana told me the same thing. Tracy told me the same. All my level ones have told me I'm not doing the business. I'm absolutely not doing it. I just want the products. And y'all don't. So if you're sitting there and you're messaging and you're working with your level ones, your customers, gently encourage them to share their results, their what they're actually, if they're working or not, because they're all going to tell you no. So don't think that you're going to have a level one that's really like, oh, I want to do the business, because more likely they're not going to actually come out and say that at first. So y'all keep that in mind. Okay, so how long, once you decided to work the business, how long did it take you to go silver?
I think I went silver within my first 30 days, if I'm not mistaken. And then within the first year and a half, I went gold and senior gold.
Okay.
So I made those steps, what I consider back then, pretty quickly.
Well, and remember that everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different, and everybody, some go really fast, some go really long. So what do you consider is the hardest rank for you to have achieved? That like when you're working the business, just this one rank was so hard for me to get to.
It seemed like it took me forever to get to senior gold. Looking back on it now, it doesn't seem like it took that long, but at the time it seemed like I would never get to senior gold. And then once I did, I was senior gold for 4 years before I ranked to ruby. So, everybody's journey is different, and, there was never a time that I ever considered quitting. I knew that if I, just stayed consistent, that, I eventually would get where I wanted to go. And that's how I still feel.
So what do you think it was on that? The hardest rank you said you thought were senior gold, but then it took you 4 years to go to ruby. What do you think? Do you think it was something you had to learn along the way, or what was that aha moment to move to the next step?
Well, I mean, looking back on it now, I was not prepared to I was not prepared for a Ruby team or a senior Ruby team or an Emerald team at that point. I had a lot of growth and I still have a lot of growing to do. But, you know, I feel like I learned a whole lot through that time. And because it took me longer, I feel like that I can, you know, use that to encourage other people who maybe aren't, you know, going as fast as they'd like to go, but I can encourage them and say, look, I promise it will be worth it if you just stay the course and don't give up.
Yes, definitely. It is worth it, y'all. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It is so worth it. If you could go, knowing what you know now, if you could go all the way back to when you first joined, what would you tell yourself?
Well, first of all, I would start off leading with the business. I would not sign any person up without offering the business to them. And this is something that I still struggle with. You know, you have these ideas in your mind of what it's going to be like when you're Jewel. Like you're just going to have all this confidence and, you know, you're just going to have it all together. And that is not the case at all. The same things that you're telling yourself when you're senior gold, you're still feeling the same way when you're a Jewel, like, you know, worrying about what other people think about you. I'm not the kind of leader that I should be, you know, just all these things that you continually tell yourself. You still have those struggles no matter what rank you're at. So I would definitely, if I could go back, I would offer the business to every single person that signs up. And, you know, I feel so strongly about the business, especially after being in Hawaii. I don't know what it was about Hawaii, but it just really put a passion in my heart to share the business because it was incredible. And, you know, if I can do this, anybody can do this. And if it takes you 10 years to get to Emerald, who cares? Who cares how long it takes you? It's worth it. It's worth every struggle, every delay that you feel that you face. It's worth it.
It is. Look, I'm just like mesmerized. I'm not even looking at my questions. I love this. I love all the answers. Okay, so what is your favorite tool to use to work your business? There's so many to choose from. Our team itself, we have the ATM, we have the Your Health and Wellness chats, power hours, the trackers, and there's so many other things too that I know Plexus Corporate puts out. What is your favorite tool to use to work your business?
Right now, since I have freedom to be on calls during the day, I love the power hours that Jen holds. They just help me focus and actually get work done. Like I get so much done in an hour's time where, you know, if I was just working myself, it might take me, you know, 3 hours because I would just have constant interruptions or I'd get distracted or whatever. But doing the power hours really helped me to focus.
What is the one thing that you do every day or almost every day to work your business? What is the one task that you do?
The one task I do every day is I try to always make sure I'm on social media. I try to be as consistent as I can with that because I know that people are watching always, whether you realize it or whether they're, you know, interacting with your post or whatever. People are watching. I had a girl not too long ago that just kind of came out of the woodwork. Like I never have even approached her about Plexus. And she was like, you know, I'm really interested in that slim and active that you've been talking about. And it just kind of blew me away because you never know who's watching. And which leads me to another thing. don't ever judge people or think that somebody doesn't need the products, because everybody does.
That's true. Definitely. Definitely true. Okay. So my next question is working toward Emerald. I know everybody's just gonna notice that my internet connection went stopped. Are y'all still there? Can y'all
We're
still hear me?
here.
Did
Yeah,
I stop? Can I
you
s-
just kind of
okay,
were
Mary,
slurred.
because I just saw the, when you're on
It's slow again.
when you're on vacation, you do the best you can. Okay, so what is slow again? Still there?
You're
Sunday,
good.
Sunday, you sound like a robot with like a really bad stutter. Like, it's really funny sounding. So thanks for the entertainment.
I don't know if it's getting better or worse.
It's better. Right
Okay.
now, it's better.
Okay, I'll hurry up real quick. What was your big goal working towards Emerald? I know everybody's different and they have different things that are pushing them and motivating them. What was yours?
Well, honestly, I didn't think I could get to Emerald. I had a lot of self-doubt, and 2020 was a turning point in my team and in my business. I was working from home beginning in March, and a lot of my team members were working from home, and it gave us the opportunity to be more hands-on. And I just honestly feel like all of the seeds that we had planted over the 4 years since I had went senior gold, it was just like the Lord was just pouring out water, and these seeds were growing, and they were growing really, really fast. And my team saw an amazing momentum in 2020, and it continued until like, I guess, early 2022. And now we've kind of hit a plateau, but I just feel in my heart, like I can just feel it. The Lord is getting ready to do something big, and I'm just so excited about it. And also, anytime you have downtime where you feel like maybe you're not growing as fast as you would like to be, just remember to take that time to really pour into yourself, pour into your team, and to, just get, my words is, I just need to get organized. Just get in your back office, love on your people, and that way, whenever, the harvest comes, you're more prepared to take care of it.
Awesome. Okay, what's your current goal right now?
Well, obviously I want to be a diamond. So I'm working towards that, working on smaller goals to reach sapphire, and then hopefully, or not hopefully, I plan to be diamond by next, I think I set the date of next September. So that's my goal that I'm working towards right now.
We could push that up to July 31st. You'll get to be on the diamond trip with Gina and I.
I
and
would
Amber and
love
Steph.
to be at the
It'd be
Banyan Tree.
amazing.
Let me just put a plug in there, y'all. These jewel trips are amazing. Like, they're insane. And it's a lot of downtime with a little bit of business mixed in, which means that you get to hang out with your friends, you get to spend time with your husband or whoever your guest is, and you get to be treated like royalty, literally. Last year we went to Mexico. This year we went to Hawaii. Both places are amazing. And then we're going back to Mexico, and y'all, it is so worth working towards. It is amazing.
One more business question before we move to just a few random fun questions, and then we'll move to the team, who won what this week. So my one more, and Julie, I didn't send you this, so I apologize. What is like one do you feel like you have that, we all have people that we've reached out to and they've like maybe joined somebody else's team or they've spent time with. Have you had the one that maybe that got away that you feel like that, how did you deal with, people coming in and out of your business like that? Does that make sense?
Yes, actually, I did have someone a few years ago that I had reached out to multiple times, and she had a lot of influence. She had a huge following, just very well known. And one day, I saw her posting Plexus, and she didn't get it from me. She had joined someone else. And I can remember talking to Jana about it because I was just devastated. Like, I knew that this girl was going to be a rock star. I knew that she was going all the way to the top. There was no doubt in my mind. And I felt like I had really just lost it. I felt like I was just, I don't know. It was just, I was crushed. And Jana was very encouraging, and she said, look, I know it's hard, but sometimes the Lord is protecting you and your business, and you might not see it now, but you'll see it one day. And I've already seen it. I've seen how the Lord protected me. He protected my team. He protected Vicky's team, Linda's team, Jana's team, Sunday, all the way up. He protected our team because there's been a lot of hurt from that person on the team she was on. So, don't ever second guess who the Lord sends you or who he doesn't, because he has the plan and he knows what's best for you.
That's awesome. Yes, I totally believe in the protection of God, that, really I do. And you've got to learn to bless and release. It's hard.
Right.
It's so easy to say, but it's hard to do, and especially when you invest time and energy. All
Yeah.
right, just some real quick, random fun questions. What was the least favorite food that you had as a child that you still hate today?
I would say probably radishes. I don't know. My grandmother used to fix cooked radishes, and a lot of people in my family loved them, and I hated them. And actually, one time at a family meal, my brother tricked Eric into eating some of them. He told him they were cooked apples. Oh gosh, yeah, that was a shock. But but I would say cooked radishes. I can eat them raw, but I really don't care for them at all.
If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what is it?
Well, I could go really deep with this, but I'm just going to keep it Plexus related. I could not live without Active. That is my happy juice. That is my motivator. I just would not want to live without Active. And that is one product that I was not interested in at all when it first came out. It took me about a year before I even started using it. I think Sunday's frozen.
Sunday. She frozen, y'all. Who's got a question for Julie? Julie, go ahead. You said when you were answering that question, you said I could go deep here, but I'll keep it Plexus related. Go ahead and go deep real quick.
Well, I don't know. I was just thinking about family time and that kind of thing. As your kids grow older, it's bittersweet. You see them, achieving their goals and being more independent, and just, I just treasure family time more now that they are older, and, they're going to be moving on and starting families of their own. And I just really, I would really like an unlimited amount of family time with my kids.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Well, We are a little over halfway through the call. Is Cindy back on? Wait a
I'm
minute.
back on and
There
I
she
have
is.
one more Plexus question.
Okay, go for it.
Well, actually it's two questions. The first one is, what topic are you an expert on? If there's a party and the subject gets brought up that you can talk for hours about it. The first one we want to know is what's non-Plexus related? What's the topic that you could talk forever on? And the second part of the question is, what Plexus part of it can you talk? Are you a product guru? Are you a comp plan queen? Are you great at training? What's the Plexus part of it?
Okay, so I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I can talk about thyroid issues, Epstein-Barr virus, mold, and Lyme pretty well. I've been doing a lot of research, and I feel like I have a really good understanding of that, and I could talk about that for hours. As far as Plexus, I feel like I'm really good at talking about the triplex. I'm not a product expert by any means, but I feel like I know how it has helped me. I know how the products work, and I feel like I could talk about that for a very long time. Add in the active, and I could really talk for a long time.
Awesome. Well, I could sit there and ask more questions, but I think it's like Amber said, we're at 8 o'clock, and I think y'all want to know who won what. But first off, Julie, thank you so much for being our first interview. I'm so excited. I love that we're getting to know our jewels, and that the personal side of it, the people side of it, and the struggles that they have just like everybody else does. And I really wanted to, I guess, is it humanize? Is that the right word of that? Really wanted to bring it down to where that we could relate to y'all. Same way that I don't want y'all to think, oh, they're a jewel, or oh, they're a diamond, or oh, they're that. We're just like y'all. We really are. We struggle. We have things just like y'all do. I want y'all to realize that as well. I hope y'all were able to take away from Julie's story that it was so amazing. Julie, I just love your story. I love all the things. You were just the sweetest person. I mean, seriously, thank you so much.
Thanks for asking me. I've enjoyed it. And I just want to say, like, just because you're Jewel, it doesn't make it easy to do things like this. But, we all have a story, and we need to be more bold in sharing, all the blessings of Plexus.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Where are our leaders at? Amber, Jana, seeing where's Steph? It is time.
The time is upon us.
Yes.
Do we want to remind them what they're earning? What the
Oh,
winning team is
yeah.
winning?
Sorry, I'm completely zoned out.
Thank you, Gina.
The winning team will earn one of our dad's books. You guys heard from him last week. And so you guys are going to get one of his books. They will be signed by him. So those will be getting shipped to the winning team. Are y'all excited? It's a really good book. Plus me and Jana are in it. And there's a whole chapter about Allie. So like, you're going to absolutely fall in love with this book. I just know you will.
Should we do a pop quiz? Like, what page are y'all on in the book? I'm just kidding.
We're in the second. It's like the second or third to last chapter where he really talks about specifically his family. I think it's the second one. And then the last chapter is about Allie. But yes, you can buy one of Dad's books. Thanks for asking, Marla, because I meant to say that last week. Go to timlee.org. Jana put it there in the chat. Don't order it on Amazon. It's just easier. Go to timlee.org.
Y'all add that to the Building Freedom page for those who didn't win. Here's the link to buy.
Yep, absolutely. All right, are y'all ready to see who won? Are we ready? Okay, here we go.
Okay, my team came in 4th place. We were 1st place last week, but y'all love this. I love how we're doing this, and it's not the same group every time that we all get a chance to win. I'm so excited. But y'all, my team did really good. We've had our ups and downs this week, but I'm very excited for them. My top person, oh my goodness, I just had this open, was, hold on, I gotta get to my little.
You're
cheat
turning into a
sheet
robot
that I
again.
have written down here. Hold on. Ah, I hate Robot Sunday. Marla was my top person. Can Marla, if you're on, can you share?
I thought she was
Hey,
on here.
I'm
there-
here. I'm here. We just now turned our heat on this week, so I'm just now getting sick. So I look horrible. We held out for 2 weeks. We've had snow twice, and I just now turned the heat on. Anyway, I think Christiana and I did a mom to mom sale this week. So I gave out lots of samples for that. To moms that came by and had cards filled out and did drawings and all that. So that was our event. And then my biggest thing is new reach outs. I think those are the 2 places where I got my most points, is with new reach outs about specifically the business, especially right now with November and December and people, wanting that extra income for the holidays, and the extra income's available. So it's a little easier these months reaching out with the business. So that's where my biggest points came from.
Thank you for sharing. All right, who came in third place?
Okay, it's me. It was the Pink Tide. We came in third place this week, but you guys did awesome. I was out of town for like half the week, and you guys kept our chat going. You kept working. I saw several new joins, and so I'm really proud of you guys. The further we get into November and we get closer to holidays, sometimes it gets harder. It gets harder. Lives get busier. Things start to just shift and change a little bit. And so you guys you're keeping at it though. I think at this point, a lot of you have developed some routines, which is great. That was one of our goals of this, was to help you develop some routines, help you develop some habits in your business. And so a lot of you are doing that, and I'm so proud of you. So we did come in third. In third place on my team was Amber Kidd. Second place was Terry Bowling. And first place was Melody Stevens again. So I don't know if Melody's on here. I don't see her. Does anybody see Melody?
She's not listed under the participants.
Okay, I didn't think she was on here. Is Terry Bowling on here?
No.
All right. Amber Kidd, I know you want to talk. Are you on here, Amber? Will you share with us just a little, just a minute or so, what you did this last week to get third place on our team?
Hey, so yes, I always want to talk. It's my thing, y'all. But one of the things that I noticed about my organization is I had a whole lot of people come to me in the month of July. They were level ones, and I literally was just pumped about the reset. I was pushing it so hard that I almost felt like I forgot about our other products. And even with those people, I forgot about the other products. I was pushing reset so hard because it's amazing and I want everybody to have it. But then when it came to their other products, we kind of forgot those, or I did. And so that was a big boo-boo on my part. And I'm realizing that a lot of the people that signed up in July, which was like 9 level ones, never even did their 30 days. of their products. So what we've been working on is, or what I've been working on is getting those people started on their products. I've also this month had this week, I've had 4 people that didn't order last month order this month. So that's been huge for me. That was one thing that was very, very huge. And it's all leading back to, they started with Reset and I forgot their other products. And so I've been really paying attention to that. So pay attention to that. Don't be like me.
That's great, Amber. I really appreciate you actually bringing that up. And I think we could do a whole training on that. I know some of us, Jules, actually talked about this here recently. And you guys, people go diamond with triplex. They went diamond with triplex way before Reset ever came out. So let's make sure we're doing that. Make sure Reset's such a great product. I love it. I love ways to, there's different ways to incorporate it. I know Stephanie and I just wrapped up a group of doing it a little bit differently. But again, I think it's a whole nother training that we could do, but I just appreciate you bringing that up, Amber, because I think it is really important that we don't forget the fabulous products that Plexus was built on. And so, and that our people are getting on them and getting on them consistently. That's going to be how we keep retention. So anyway, thank you, Amber. Good job, you guys. And it's Melody's birthday. That's why she's not on tonight. I forgot. So she did a fabulous job this week. All of my team did. Super proud of you guys. So, all right, let's find out who came in second.
Okay, it's Legacy Builders. Yay. We came in second this week. Great job, team. Isn't that silence just kind of make you question things? Like Jana was so quiet before, and I was like, crap, am I third? Did I miss it wrong?
It does, I do this.
Made me second guess it. But anyway, great job to my team. Like we're all feeling it, that it's getting closer to Thanksgiving, and life is hectic, and we can't do as much, but yet still all of y'all that are killing it still, I'm just like, man, how in the world? Like, that's amazing. And I had a lot on my team doing amazing. Our top one was Lacey Hole with 1,040 points. Wow. And she's great at power hours, and she's just a rock star. Sue McCain at 915 in second place, which is awesome. Sue is always just you're just consistent, Sue. You're just very, very good. And then I have a new leader with number 3, Brenda Scripter. And she came in at 855. And that is awesome. Like, just to see you guys grow in your activity and just in your teams and just you personally. It's just awesome to see. So I'm just so excited for you guys. Lacey had a PTO meeting tonight, so she couldn't be on. And so I have asked Sue if she wouldn't mind sharing, just a little bit. So Sue, take it away.
Hi, guys. So I have a few things I kind of highlighted. I'm trying really hard to pray for my team and pray for my business. And I'm trying to do that every day, because what I see is when I do that, things happen for the good. So I'm just trying really hard that way. And I don't know if you guys saw my live. I did a live on last Thursday, the day before my 2-year anniversary for my open heart surgery. And I was not nervous at all. And usually it just makes me feel so bad. But I just went and did it. And I called my best friend and I'm like, I did it. It just felt great. I talked about the business. That is not my comfort zone. So that was that. And I am sending out a lot of cards, a lot of Thanksgiving cards. Trying to work on them. I've done 58. You guys, if all these people would really actually order, I'd be close to Ruby. So, and keeping track of my folder with all my peeps. This is really the bomb. You guys need to do this, because I can keep track of everybody This weekend I had some people that something was going on with their order, and I just turned right to their page, wrote what I did, called Plexus today, had all the information right at my fingertips. So this is really helping me stay organized. So that's my story.
That's awesome. I love that, Sue.
Thanks.
Yay. And way to go on your live. Man, that's amazing. Like to not feel nervous. That's really good. Thank you for sharing.
I love
All
that
right.
I love that you're a survivor of open heart surgery, but live on Facebook is what made you nervous. I love that. So I want to see that notebook. I want to see everything in that notebook. So send it to me.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome. It just has my sheets in there.
It looks awesome. And guys, those Thanksgiving cards, she ain't kidding. Anybody that's ordered from you this year, anybody who's been a customer, retail, VIP, brand ambassador, send them an end of the year card and thank them for investing in your business. Congratulations, forward and fearless. Well, let's see the shirts, y'all. See the shirts. Yeah, custom by Lynn Scarborough. Yes, so excited. We won this week. So stinking pumped. I was getting these trackers in and I would type them. I keep track of everybody's points in the notes on my phone, and I would type them in and I'd go back and look and I would think, man, that's really high for her this week. And then I'd get another one and be like, man, her points are really high this week. And I kept having to double check to make sure it was the right person. I was putting the right points, and it was. I'm so proud of my team. They have done amazingly well. I don't think my top two are on here. My very top is Susan Butler, 935 points. And Lynn is on here. Lynn is my second place with 890 points, but Lynn never really likes to talk publicly, so I don't know if we'll go to her or not. And then Amy Triplett with 785 points. But I gotta brag on a couple of others too. Hang on, because I can. Karen Holter with 675 points and Babette Murashigi with 660 points, y'all. I mean, some of these just blew my mind. So Lynn, I know you're really introverted and timid about speaking, and I don't know if you're going to drink the bottle of Slim behind you or swim in it, but will you please unmute and just tell us a little bit about your week?
My week consisted of being at the hospital and at rehab. And I was determined, y'all, to still be able to work. And so my mama don't talk a lot. Even when she's not hurting, she doesn't talk a lot. So I took my iPad, I took my notebook, Sue, I took all my things, and I just worked. I wrote cards in the hospital because I could be quiet and write cards. I did Zoom calls. I did some training calls. I love writing notes, so I didn't have any trouble sitting there just writing notes like all morning, because they're going to come in and interrupt her anyway. So I just kept writing notes. I had a little stack of my notes all lined up over on the little heater thing, and they were like, you got all that stuff. Listen, they all got some Slim, they all got goodie bags. I still have to go back and take another goodie bag to one of the nurses, but I'm not going to let nobody's going to neglect my mama. So I'm there a lot. And the rehab center is a really good place for me because I want to know those people because they're helping with my mama. So I was sitting here getting all my little stuff together for my goodie bags. Here's my pretty little bags that got pink polka dots, because I got to take some back tomorrow when I go for my girls over there. So I don't have any trouble getting samples out. I actually love getting stuff ready to take to people, but mostly just find it like I'm really love the tracker sheet because I got more things filled out than when we first started. You know what I mean? Like different lines. It's not all in one place. It's all over the tracker sheet. And so we're learning the areas that we're weaker in. And I was weaker in reaching out to my team, like really talking to them and checking on them about their products and what can we do differently, and getting them engaged on our team page so I could do drawings for their PV every month and things like that. So it's really bringing that all together, and that really makes me happy. To me, it's not about having the highest points, but it is certainly about having consistent points on the tracker. I mean, our teams our tracker.
Wait, Lynn, can you go back? Can you go back and repeat what you just said? It's not about the highest points. What did you say?
It's about the consistent points, always
consistent
having the
points.
consistent points. And see, I've kept all my trackers because I wanted to see which weeks I was up and which weeks I was down. And I was determined that this hospital week, I was not going to be much lower than my normal weeks, because that's proof you can work it anywhere. I mean, I have worked it sitting in the parking lot. I worked it in the parking deck. I worked it in the, hospital, rehab, all the different places, but I was just determined. And I've told y'all before, if you go to places, a lot of times you need a customer there. They're not all going to be business builders, but they can be your customer. So the people at my attorney's office are my customers. The people at Hobby Lobby, of course, are my customers. Like, wherever you go, they need to know what you do. And you need to be excited. We need to be excited about it because we have something to share. And I did that. The most recent post that I wrote, longest post I've ever written, but it was really a God post, and I was going to do it as a live, but I knew I would cry. So I wrote it out and did it about all of God's timing. And I'm at such a peace, like Julie was talking about, like such a peace that God is sending me the people that are supposed to be on my team. And I am not going to rush that, because He doesn't rush us. He works with us. God works with you. He keeps working with you until you get it. And I think my business is the same. I had a friend of 40 years call me and say, I've been watching you a really long time and I'm ready. And y'all, she knew Jeff before she knew me. So we've been married 41 years. So that's a really long time for her to know me. And she started her reset today. And I got a message from her, and she said, I'm doing really great. And then there was the bone broth. I said, I told you, girl, what to put in that bone broth. So anyway, she's real excited about her journey. And, and it, like Julie said, you never know when they're going to call you. So you just can't give up. All the reach outs will work. You just cannot slow down. We don't have time to slow down. The world is too crazy. People need Plexus. They need Plexus.
Can I tell you a secret? I kind of like the bone broth. I mean, I don't like crave it on days when I'm not doing a reset, but I kind of like the bone broth.
I like it mixed with the tomato, like really.
I love that tomato soup.
I love them together. So good.
Thank you so much, Lynn. I'm so stinking proud of you. And we are, of course, continuing to pray for your sweet mama.
Thank you.
And all that. Yes, Terry mentioned to go listen to Amy Triplett's podcast. It's with Krista Deary. If you don't follow Chad and Krista Deary on Facebook and on other social media, you need to. They're amazing. But it's all about God's timing. And I love that Lynn talked about that. And by the way, this is a woman who works her tail off week in and week out, right? She's working hard. And so for her to talk about, it's okay if this takes a little bit longer, it's all in God's timing. I think that's a really good note to leave this call on. Julie King, where are you on my screen? Thank you so much, friend. That was it was so good. There were so many things I didn't know about you, and loved getting to hear those things. Jana or Sunday or Steph, do y'all have anything left? Is Robot Sunday with us or regular Sunday? I think it's regular Sunday.
Y'all just get ready. There's Black Friday is going to be huge.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's going to be really, really good. So
It really is.
Hey, Amber, is there a new tracker this week?
Yeah, there'll be a new tracker this week. So this is specifically for my mom. This just in.
yes.
And my sister. This just in. Oh, that's an inside joke. My dad has said anyone on our team who wants one of his books, they normally sell for $25. It's $10 for our team. So message me or mom or Jana and let us know you want one. And you can get it for $10. Wow. So yeah, there's some teasers for Black Friday. I actually posted a really good video that corporate came out with. Maybe I'll repost it. And by the way, none of the guesses on the video are correct. So keep guessing. I'm waiting for some of your detective skills to come out and figure this out, but it's going to be really, really awesome. So,
hey, Amber, could I pray when we're done?
Of course. Sure. Are we ready? Jana or Sunday or Steph, y'all have anything? Okay. Love you guys. Lynn, go ahead and pray us out, friend.
Thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you for all of our blessings. And I just need to thank this team for loving me and loving my mama. All the messages, all the prayers, I can feel it and I know it's working. Thank you for loving us, for all of our blessings, for bringing us all together through a wonderful product and a wonderful company. And now help us all to have a great night's sleep and a great week of work. We love you, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Lynn. Guys,
Love
I'll
y'all.
post this call later tonight. Love you guys. Have a great night.